LBI might be one of the most consistent spots for, a little bit bigger wave. Manasquan's a great wave, Sandy Hook's a great wave, Cape May it has that different curve to it. But on a day-to-day basis, I don't think there's any other place you'd rather be than right here. LBI is a surprising spot of waves where, it certainly doesn't have recognition globally or anything like that. But I think now with the internet and with Instagram, there's a lot of talent that's come out of this place, and there's a lot of really great pictures. Growing up, I think I found the most inspiration from local guys. There's always that age group, there's always that group of surfers that's the generation above you. And I think I found most inspiration, more than any pro or more than anything like that, I think I found most inspiration from those guys who were always that step better than you growing up.
The winter is really fun because then you know who your friends are, who's willing to go out when it's nice and cold, and just go out when the swell's big. Because you kind of pick guys you trust. You don't want to go out on a big day with somebody you're not really thinking is going to make it out there that can even help you out or even enjoy it. So you find out who your friends are.
Speaking as an older guy now, I think most back about the friendships. Sometimes more than I remember the day surfing. I remember the 10 guys at like 6 a.m. getting ready to go surfing, and that first paddle out, laughing and kind of giddy and kind of almost stupid, but just so excited about what we were doing. And then I know we had a great time, and then it's the stories later. The brand originally started, was started by my father. The first boards he ever shaped were in the 40s. So it started as a recreation, a hobby, something to try, just something to see if he could do. In the late 50s, early 60s, after just taking a long vacation and going out to California and just driving to the West Coast, he saw all these people surfing, and he thought it was a great opportunity to get into a sport that was really just beginning. After a trip into Mexico, Tijuana, and seeing the bullfights, he was enthralled by that and the courage these guys had. Then going into like Southern California, he noticed that there was something very similar between the bullfighters and the guys that were surfing these bigger waves, almost like arcing their backs, trying to be in these dangerous spots and make it out. And he found this comparison. So when he came back to New Jersey and he knew he wanted to start a surf brand, that became the obvious name to call it Matador. He was being actually evicted from his factory because people kept complaining about resin fumes. So he had all these boards and he thought, I've got to sell them, I've got to do something. So he opened up a store in Brant Beach. So in 1965, he opened Brant Beach Surf Shop. At 1981, he needed to move again, and we got to the current location here in Brighton Beach. Wavehog comes in later really with me after years of running the shop and just an opportunity to partner with a good friend.
Part of Wavehog, how I got into it, I worked for Mike for a long time. I bought boards from him since I was a kid, and that's always been an inspiration. Him, his dad, just the past. A lot of guys aren't building boards that hold up, and I want to be part of a company that is reputable, holds up.
Being a surfer, I end up surfing with most of my clientele. If the boards suck, I'm going to have a lot of people really angry at me. So we always tried to set out to design something to be proud of, to be, to stand the test of time.
Progressive-wise, we've kind of stuck to our main roots, which is classic boards that ride well, built well for Jersey. This is an 80s shape I shaped a while ago. 1980s hot stuff, Rabbit Bartholomew model. Back then it was originally ridden with two bigger fins and a smaller trailer fin, because they were actually, when this was shaped or being built, it was originally a 2+1. So it's pretty much a flat bottom to a nice V and a little bump in the tail. Here's one of my favorite models we do. This is a Gladiator. We wanted to bridge the gap of a single fin and a modern shortboard, because single fins flow and they have a lot of drive, but modern shortboards are very progressive and turn rail to very, very sharp and snappy. So what we did was we added a little more rocker profile to a 70s template. We domed the deck out more, so what we're doing is we're keeping the beef here and taking it out as you get closer to a pinched rail, so it turns very sharper and faster. So as you put your weight onto one side or the other, it's going to press down into the face of the wave more. Just a great board, very fast down the line, and definitely one of my favorite.
It's very flattering to see so many people riding the boards, and it's wonderful to hear the stories of how happy the boards make them. So I'd like to see the company continue to progress slowly, just grassroots, not I'm not looking to be a millionaire. I just want to see it grow slowly and see more and more people riding them. If you're having a lot of fun, then that's it. You're doing it. If you're not having fun and it becomes a source of stress, or it becomes a source of just to show your friends how cool you are, then you're screwing up, because it's not what it's about.